Hello and welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Aaron Porras, and coming up in today's newscast, a pair of rockets fired from the Gaza Strip towards central Israel over the weekend. Meanwhile, from rocket fire to fireworks, Israelis celebrating New Year's Eve 2022. And finally, with a new year ahead, ILTV looks back at the good, the bad, and the ugly of 2021. A noisy New Year's weekend leading into 2022. Two rockets launched towards central Israel from Gaza and a suspected stabbing terror attack attempted in Jerusalem. Israeli fighter jets and helicopters striking a series of Hamas terror group targets in a rocket production facility Saturday night. And IDF tanks likewise shelling Hamas military outposts near the Gaza-Israel border. This in retaliation for a pair of rockets landing off the central Israeli coast just south of Tel Aviv Saturday morning. Apart from a single incident in September, this is the first cross-border rocket fire since the ceasefire was signed at the end of the war between Israel and Hamas in May 2021. Armed factions in Gaza blaming the launch on poor weather conditions. Still, Israeli defense officials earlier stating that they're looking for a way to respond to the rockets that would not cause an escalation, but would convey the message that incidents on the border and rocket launches are unacceptable. And the IDF maintaining that while it's unclear who launched the rockets, Hamas is anyway responsible and bears the consequences for all activity in and emanating from the Gaza Strip.
באנו לדור כי היה גשם, היה זה, ופתאום פיצוצים מעל הראש, ובים אש ענק עם העשן. חשבנו, היינו בטוחים שזה טילים מעזה.
בבוקר שבאנו פה 6:45, ישבנו פה מול הים, ראינו אונייה גדולה, 3 בומים ענקיים, 3 אחד אחר השני, ועשן שחור, וזהו. זה מה שהיה בבוקר. אחר זה הגיעו פה משטרה, מכבי אש, כל מיני דברים.
Now, meantime, while a relatively rare flare-up, the rocket's hardly the only attack. It's not even the only recent attack. A Palestinian man shot dead by IDF troops on Friday, just the day before, when the alleged assailant pulled a knife and ran towards civilians standing at a bus stop. Then the suspected terrorist also refusing calls to stop before being fired upon. No other injuries were reported. And finally, this attack bringing 2021 to a close with a frightening number of terror attacks, including 18 stabbing incidents, 61 shootings, 1,022 Molotov cocktail incidents, and at least 5,532 stone-throwing incidents, at least 18 Israelis killed. Meantime, speaking of threats, Israeli Foreign Minister and alternate Prime Minister Yair Lapid flexing his muscles on behalf of Jerusalem. In an interview on Friday, Lapid boasting that, quote, Israel has military capabilities, some of which the world and even some experts in the field cannot imagine, and Israel will protect itself against the Iranian threat. Now, the comments coming as a response to questions on Israel's ability to strike uranium enrichment facilities and/or weapons depots in Iran. This as nuclear talks in Vienna between world superpowers and Iran essentially remain frozen.
בינתיים אנחנו לא רואים שבווינה יש כניעה לאיראנים. יש שיחות הגרעין בווינה, בשיחות הגרעין בווינה אנחנו היינו מודאגים מזה שתהיה ריצה מהירה מדי להסכם לא טוב. ישראל לא נגד הסכם טוב, היא רק נגד הסכם לא נכון. אנחנו באנו גם לכל הגורמים שציינת, הראינו להם את החומרים שמוכיחים שהאיראנים מרמים. דיברתי על זה עם מזכיר המדינה האמריקאי, דיברתי על זה עם שר החוץ הרוסי, ועם בוריס ג'ונסון ועם עמנואל מקרון. אמרתי, אנחנו מייצרים לחץ של דעת קהל עולמית כדי לוודא שלא מתקפלים פה מהר מדי.
To that end, Lapid also saying that Israel will do whatever it needs to do to protect its security, adding that, quote, we don't need anybody's permission. This in reference to Washington. Now, as for what these mysterious capabilities are militarily, Lapid, of course, playing it close to the vest. More publicly, however, Israel finalizing a $3.1 billion deal with the United States for heavy helicopters and refueling planes. The aircrafts, along with a series of additional F-35 fighter jets that Israel plans to purchase, practically solely meant to deter Iran's nuclear program and regional threats. But whether these tools and the others Israel is acquiring will actually come in handy remains to be seen as well. Experts alleging that Iran is just months away from nuclear breakout, and the first shipment of Israel's new planes not yet set to arrive until at least 2025.